What's going on, guys? I'm Tommy Nichols, the blue collar voice of Santa Rosa County, and we're back with a new one for Legends of Santa Rosa County and Northwest Florida. Today, one that means a lot to so many, okay? This guy was one of a kind. He wasn't just an ordinary politician, no. This guy practiced what he preached, okay? He was one of us. He was a blue-collar guy who truly cared for the people and his home. Actions proved it, okay? He wasn't one of those that would just tell you what you wanted to hear, what he thought you needed to hear, and that was the end of it. No. If he said it, he was going to do it, or he was going to die trying. So many looked up to this guy. So many idolized him, admired him, learned from him. I myself was one of them. And I am forever grateful and thankful for this man and all he did for Santa Rosa County and Northwest Florida. The one, the only, Mr. Greg Evers. Let's get into it. All right, jumping right into it, guys. Robert Gregory Evers, June 16, 1955 to August 21, 2017. He was a Republican politician who served as a member of the Florida Senate from 2010 to 2016, representing parts of Northwest Florida. Prior to his election to the Senate, he served as a member of the Florida House of Representatives, representing the 1st District from 2001 to 2010. A little on the background of the Greg was born in Milton, Florida, and grew up on his family's farm, and would later attend Pensacola Junior College, and then eventually he would join his family's fertilizer business. When he became the owner of the business, Greg moved it to Baker, where he started growing cotton, soybeans, peanuts, wheat, and corn. Told you, one of us, blue-collar guy, just a good old farm boy. Florida House of Representatives. In 2001, when U.S. Congressman Joe Scarborough, who represented Florida's 1st Congressional District, resigned, State Rep. Jeff Miller ran in the special elections to succeed him and resigned his seat in the legislature. A special election was called to replace Miller in the 1st District, which included northern Escambia, northwestern Okaloosa, and northern Santa Rosa counties. Evers ran in that special election and faced Mary Golden, the wife of State Attorney Curtis Golden, C. Robert Hilliard, an attorney, Donald Middlebrooks, a salesman, Jim Reeves, a former state representative and Pensacola City Councilman, and Floyd Rose, a retired sheriff, in the Republican primary. Hilliard ended up receiving a plurality of the vote in the initial primary election, receiving 27% of the vote to Greg's 25%, Reeves 24%, Golden 17%, and Middlebrooks 4%, and Rose's 2%. But because he did not receive majority, a runoff was held between Greg and Hilliard. In a close election, Greg narrowly defeated Hilliard, winning 54% of the votes to Hilliard's 46%. Advancing to the general election, Greg faced Eddie Cook, the Democratic nominee and retired oil technician. Owing to the conservative nature of the district, Evers defeated Cook in a landslide, winning his first term in the legislature with 77% of the vote. When Greg ran for re-election in 2002 to his first full term, he was challenged in the Republican primary by Santa Rosa County Commissioner Bird Maples, another legendary gentleman of Santa Rosa County. During the campaign, Evers' daughter found the cell phone of Maples' son next to an Evers roadside campaign sign that had been knocked down, which would result in a grand jury investigation that ultimately would clear Maples' son of criminal charges. Evers ended up defeating Maples handily, winning renomination with 73% of the vote. He was re-elected unopposed in the general that year, and then again in 2004 and 2006. In 2008, he faced Ryan Gilbert in the Republican primary, but defeated him easily, winning renomination with 76% of the vote, and was re-elected in the general without opposition. Moving on to the Senate. When State Senator Gerald Peden was unable to seek re-election due to term limits, Evers ran to succeed him in the 2nd District, which stretched from Panama City to Pensacola and included northern Bay County, northern Escambia County, Holmes County, northern Okaloosa County, northern Santa Rosa County, northern Walton County, and Washington County. He was originally set to face fellow state rep Dave Merzan in the Republican primary, but Merzen opted to run for a seat on the Escambia County Commission instead. So Evers faced Tea Party activist Mike Hill. Despite Hill racking up a number of local endorsements, Evers significantly outraced him and ended up defeating him in a landslide, receiving 71% of the vote to Hill's 29%. In the general election, Evers was opposed by Christopher S. Crawford and defeated him by a wide margin with 79% of the vote. See, it just goes to show you guys how well liked Greg really was. When he won, he didn't win barely. He won by a lot. In 2012, following the reconfiguration of the state's legislative district, the 2nd District was redrawn and made more compact, trading the reach down to Panama City for more of Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. Evers ran for re-election, which he won unopposed. When he sought re-election in 2014, he won uncontested yet again. Evers wrote a number of pieces of legislation concerning guns. Following the Marissa Alexander case, Evers wrote legislation that exempted certain acts of self-defense from a law that required 20 years of jail time if a gun was fired during the commission of certain felonies, and the bill was eventually signed into law by former Governor Rick Scott. He also authored legislation nicknamed the Pop-Tart Bill that prevented schools from disciplining students who play with simulated weapons, which was also signed into law in 2015. Evers joined State Rep. Greg Stubbe to author legislation that would have allowed individuals with concealed carry permits to bring guns on the college and university campus. But the bill would ultimately die in the Florida Senate when the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee refused to bring it up to the committee. Greg was one that stood up and fought hard for our Second Amendment, guys. He was loved by the NRA. Just go back and look at all that stuff, guys. 2016 congressional election. Evers announced that in 2016 he would run for election in Florida's 1st congressional district. The incumbent, Republican Jeff Miller, was not running for re-election. On August 30th, 2016, Greg would lose the primary to current state representative, to current congressman, Matt Gaetz. Greg was killed in a single-vehicle automobile accident August 21, 2017, near his home in Baker, when his car hit a guardrail and then went into a creek and would become fully submerged. That day, guys, this world truly, and Northwest Florida truly, got a lot darker because we lost such a bright man. Like I said, Greg was one of a kind. He is what our politicians here should try and strive to be. One who did what he said he would do, practiced what he preached, and always put the citizens and his home first, each and every time. Well, guys, there you have it. Back to the Santa Rosa County legends. This one so many truly loved and will forever remember. Mr. Greg Evers. Y'all have a great day. Toodles.